again. Last time I taught you a beat from the Ventures from the song Walk Don't Run, and today I just kind of wanted to teach you a little trick that will allow you to play it the proper way. So what I taught you initially was closed hi-hats, straightforward snare drum shots. It was at a slower speed, which beginners really should take advantage of slower speeds. That's I learned while I was editing that video that the actual beat for that song is played on the ride cymbal and it utilizes a rimshot. The rimshot is what I'm going to teach you today. So what we're going to end up with when we play the beat properly is might not be able to hear much of a difference. I've only just recently started learning rim shots, so I'm not great at them. I don't hit them every time. But you want to get to the point where you can hit them every time with both hands. So the first thing you really need to learn is where to adjust your snare drum, how high to have your snare drum. I like mine right about here, just a little bit higher than my thighs. And the higher you have it, the easier it's going to be to hit those rim shots, but just be aware that if you're not very accurate, you're going to be hitting the rim when you don't mean to. So work on your accuracy, it really helps. In order to hit a rim shot, you want to hit both the head of the snare drum and the rim at the same time so that it gets an even more percussive sound. So when you just hit the snare drum head, you get a sound like that. If you just hit the rim, like if you're doing some cross sticking, you get something like that. If you hit both, hopefully you can hear how much more intense that is. So the rim shot occurs on the 4 beat of the measure that we're playing. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it's going to sound a lot more like 1 and 2. So it gives just a little extra accent there. So the other thing I noticed when I was listening to that song while editing the video yesterday, he doesn't play the hi-hat, he plays the ride cymbal. So I thought this would be a cool opportunity to introduce you to the ride and the crashes. You can have as many cymbals as you want. I have 2 crashes and a ride cymbal. As I went over in my first video, this is kind of my cymbal setup. These cymbals typically have 3 zones: bell, what I like to call the face, and the edge. Now if you're going for a big exclamation point on the crashes, you want to play the edge. If you're going for something more rhythmic, more musical, you go with the face. And then the bell is just a higher tone. I like to use it for like accents. So that sounds a bit like. And that's called a choke, by the way. Another very important skill to have, because not every crash is going to be. Sometimes, and go listen to Master of Puppets by Metallica, this is a good example. So you want to learn to be quick, choking that cymbal with the same stick you hit it with, or with the same hand you hit it with. Don't choke it with the stick, that's not going to work. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. The cool thing about the face, or the edge I mean, is you can do stuff like this. Once we kind of learn how to roll, we'll get there. But I just want you to hear how cool stuff like this sounds. Before I get carried away, so onto the beat. Instead of playing the hi-hat like we were, we're just going to take exactly what we were doing, put it over the ride cymbal. So, as you recall, 1 and and 4. And don't need to open it there, I just did it for fun. We're just going to take that and move it over to the right cymbal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you do the exact same beat with the bass and the snare. You just add that rim shot on the 4. So it becomes. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick lesson on that, and kind of also wanted to check out this different angle for the camera. I'm trying to get a little more snare in the video so you can actually see what my hands are doing, because we're going to be getting more and more on the snare because it's so important. But just to sort of review, when you're playing rim shots, you want to hit the rim and the snare at the same time, the rim and the skin at the same time. As you can tell, it takes a lot of practice. I can't do it every time. And I've been playing drums for a very long time. And as you might hear me doing, I'm trying also to mix up that those rim shots with regular strokes, because that sounds really cool. Like. Does it sound cool when you do it right, but it also helps teach you to switch back and forth, which is very helpful. Hopefully seeing me struggle with this will help you understand that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to play things not perfect as long as you're trying to improve. Don't be afraid to play things wrong. Fear of failure is paralyzing. It really is, and I'm speaking from experience. Don't be afraid. Learn things. As I always say, learning is an amazing feeling. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, you know, all the YouTube stuff. Got tons of other videos. I'm happy you came by. Peace.